And a good evening to all joining us live here on YouTube. Basically, we're broadcasting live for you from the finally, we'll call it the finally confines or friendly confines of Bobby Lackey Stadium, as we were trying to say. Either way, it is excitement for the Weslaco School District. Why? Well, because for the first time, and we'll tell you how long it's been, for the Weslaco Lady Panthers soccer team, they've made it into the playoffs. Into the playoffs they go, and they're going to take on a team here this evening that is the district champion in District 31 6A. We're happy you're with us. It is the Edinburg Economedes Lady Jaguars taking on the Lady Weslaco Panthers. I am Fred Alfaro. He's my good friend Vinny. And then we have Mike Palacios making us sound and look good here on YouTube. Hey, tell your friends we're live. And glad to have folks from the Edinburg area and beyond. We know a good crowd was going to join us here on YouTube. You couldn't make it out here on a warm Friday afternoon or Friday evening. That's okay. We've got you covered. We said in the beginning, this is going to be a nice matchup, a matchup of the district champion in the Lady Jaguars going up against the fourth-place team, Weslaco Lady Panthers. Now, again, we mentioned earlier, this has been a while now since they've been able to be here. Since the year of 2013, 2014, has been that the Lady Panthers have been in the tournament. So it's been that long since they've had a chance to be in the playoffs, and they have a chance tonight and to advance. Will they? We will find out. We'll talk about who's where and who's what here this evening. Excellent athletes on the pitch tonight that you're going to see. A lot of action on both teams. We're going to watch a couple of players to watch. We're going to talk about them here as we get started. And we are off here on the playoff-bound Weslaco Lady Panthers and, of course, the Lady Economedes Jaguars getting started here this evening. We have a senior-led team. We'll mention this as we kind of introduce the Lady Jaguars. They're going to attack. They're going to use a lot of different formations, at least what the coaches are telling us. We have to introduce the first-year coach for the Edinburg Jaguars, Coach Harquin, Christy Harquin, first-year coach for the Jags. They coach from the Houston area, coming into the Valley. She's very happy to be here, and boy, she's been successful having a senior-led team and how they've been able to accomplish things. Now, it's interesting as we kind of get started. We started talking about the Jaguars before we talk about the Lady Panthers. That's for a reason. Something very interesting is happening here as we see the ball moving back and forth. We're going to see who's back there. Some of the numbers that the Lady Jags are wearing, they are not helpful to many of us because they're light numbers, but Dulce Martinez is back there. You have her, one of the senior captains and senior starters now for this team here this evening. You have all seniors that are starting right now that you see on the pitch. Every single athlete with white and yellow numbers that you can barely see. Those numbers that we have, these are all seniors. Now, this is a homage, if you would, from Coach Harquin, because, again, they've been playing some of them almost 4-year starters, all of them she mentioned as seniors. We see a little bit of movement back and forth. Here comes the attack from the Edinburg Lady Jaguars. So those 10 players that you see, and it'll be some rotation as well, but most of them are all seniors, as we mentioned, and that's just something that she wanted to do in our conversation with her. She said, look, these athletes some of them have been here before I even got here, and they work really hard. And she wanted to do this back home during senior night, but couldn't quite get it going, and so she's really doing that. So let's mention some of their starters for them tonight. Stephanie Moreno is one of them. Anaí Luna, Dulce Martinez, Desiree Martinez, no relation, by the way, mentioning all seniors. Maria Amaya, another senior starting. Jacqueline Maldonado, we'll talk about her tonight. Keep your eye. We said players to watch, number 15 for the Jags. She is one of the leading scorers in District 31 6A, one of the top scorers in the Valley you'll see here this evening. Weslaco also has some of their own. They're going to go ahead and pursue. Here comes the aforementioned number 15, Jacqueline Maldonado. She's trying to make a play. The defense is there by the Weslaco High Lady Panthers. They're going to push as well. Cristina Borrego, the senior defender, trying to make a play, and she catches up, and that's going to be an out. So we continue with the introduction of players. Another senior, Simone Ramirez. Reina Vasquez is another one. Alba Maldonado And then rounding off the seniors, Cristo Preciado. So a nice way to start the game. She says, I want to keep him in there for the first 10 minutes or so. So in just a few minutes, you're going to see some changes coming from the Edinburg Economedes Jaguars on that. So if you wonder, if you're watching soccer for the first time, say, why are they changing so much? Well, that was the plan all along. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Weslaco, on the other hand, well, let me tell you, they are so happy to be here in the playoffs. They worked really hard for it. We talked about Coach Eloy Gonzalez being the head man here, second year at the helm, and he has been just as successful as Coach Harquin up in Edinburg. Players to watch, we mentioned for the Jaguars, Jacqueline Maldonado, and you got to keep an eye in purple. There's a couple of players that you really have to keep an eye on. One of them is wearing number 3. That's Caitlin Black. She is a very quick, fast player for this Weslaco High Panther team, Lady Panther team. Attacks kind of like what number 15, as you're watching on your screen, does. She's very active as well, but excellent play there. And they talked about this. Coach Gonzalez talked about how they wanted to be aggressive with Jacqueline Maldonado. She's, you give her a chance, he says, it's not going to end well. Ball goes back to the goalie there. Abigail Alonso, along with Clarissa Benitez, will play here this evening. The start will be by Alonso. Ball is off. So we mentioned Caitlin Black. She's one of the people we need to look out. Anaí Luna for the Jaguars also is a top player for them. Here comes a little bit of action coming towards the middle. Has an opportunity. Black does, trying to get it. She's going to kick it right in the middle, and they miss a shot. Boy, they set that up nicely. Caitlin Black doesn't miss many of those. And then on the side, she had one of her other forwards kind of had a chance. It went behind her. But they had a chance to put in a goal, at least a chance to. A nice attempt there by Nadia Rivera. What an athlete Nadia has been, just a junior. By the way, this Lady Panther team, loaded with juniors. They're going to be back next year, and Coach Gonzalez says, I'm really excited, not just about we're in the playoffs, but next year. Here comes some changes now, as you see, coming in now for the Lady Jaguars. We mentioned in the beginning that this was plan of the attack, if you would, here this evening. So once again, congratulations to all those seniors, district champions in their district. No doubt hard work from all these young athletes. Back to the action here. We see movement back and forth. And ask Coach Gonzalez, what do you expect here from this champion team? Here comes Weslaco pushing. Here comes Caitlin Black, has a shot at it. The goalie had to come up. But you see the speed that Weslaco uses. The coach mentioned quite a bit about their style that Economedes play. A lot of balls in the air, and you see that there. They attack. They can be aggressive, but they put a lot of balls up in the air. Here comes a cross right in the middle. Caitlin Blank has a chance. Boy, good defense there. Blocked away, and they're going to call. Yeah, they're going to call something right in the middle there. A lot of action, but really nothing to develop there for the Lady Panthers. So talking to Coach Gonzalez, he mentioned the fact that that's what he expects to see. In the beginning of this, before this game started, coaches are always are watching what's happening. And he did mention, he says, look, we're looking good. Our team is not too nervous. Those are good signs for us, he mentioned. So those are one of the things that was mentioned. Out of bounds there. A lot of time spent early on here in the first half. Basically here on the side of the Jaguars. That means a lot of, at least we've seen one, I would like to say 2 possibilities at goal, but did not develop. They have a shot here. Going to try to set something up in the middle. Well, it's going to go straight out of bounds, not touched by anyone. 2023 UIL Texas Girls Soccer State Championship is live here on KWES, just in case you're just joining us. A matchup between a district champion and a number 4 spot team. Now, it's interesting because if you look at the standings and you look at what happened with Weslaco. They were the third-place team, and in essence, there was a tie. Now, it's interesting that Coach Gonzalez mentioned the point differential in goals. Here comes right in the middle. Going to be active here, pushing it up. Abigail Alonso pushes it the other way around. They're going to go it forward. They had an opportunity. Here comes. They try to go down, and they do get it. They're going to call a foul now. They're going to tell them to be careful. Yeah, that looked dangerous even from up here, really for both players. We have, you want to stay away from all those yellow cards, especially if you do advance to the next level. Remember, this is just the bi-district area round coming up for one of these teams. We'll talk about who possibly they can play. Intercepted, going back the opposite way, going to pass it back inside. Desiree Gomez, along with Valerie Barajas. She's a starter that was not necessarily a starter as of a couple of games ago. She's earned her spot. A lot of push there by Desiree Gomez. She's going to lose it. So she's a new a starter there for Weslaco. Escobar, number 2, is another young athlete we're seeing quite a bit on the pitch here this evening. Again, they don't necessarily play too much during the season, but Coach Gonzalez said, look, this is the beginning of a new season. We've got to make some changes, and boy, have they. Weslaco trying to set things up right in the middle there. Again, going through Desiree Gomez, the young forward, just a sophomore for this Weslaco High Lady Panther team. Because then tries to sweep that. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Possession goes back to Weslaco High. So early thoughts here in this game. We're seeing a lot of action kind of staying on one side of the pitch here. This got an action there. There's all Weslaco activity happening there. Nadia Rivera is another one. She is going to ask to attack a lot here this evening. Remember, she's on the left side playing right in the middle with Black. She's the one that had an opportunity to make something happen here earlier. Pass going to be passed, and there's going to be a trip there. That's going to give the ball back to Weslaco. Have a chance here. We can also thank the officials who are here this evening from the McAllen chapter. Rosendo Ovalle, Jose Cuellar, and Jesus Yanes are the gentlemen in the red here this evening calling the game again. We have them here for this playoff game from the McAllen chapter. We're excited before the game started, no doubt, as they're participating in this playoff game. Back to Weslaco. Weslaco is dominated on their offensive side, or the offense, keeping it on the side for the Jaguars and really starting to play some defense. Coach Gonzalez quite mentioned that he was very comfortable with playing against them, and the reason is during the tournament season earlier this year, they did play Edinburg Economedes, and they were victorious. They were able to pick up that win 2-1, and that was back some time ago. That was middle of January when this game happened. Again, tournament season, right before the season got started. It was a fine-tuning game, if you would, for the Lady Panthers, and they were successful. A lot of common opponents. Weslaco has done well with some of the players or some of the teams and some of the players in District 31 6A. So they felt pretty good coming into this one. See if that is demonstrated on the pitch here this evening. Throw in. Economedes on their side of the field now, on the opposite side of the field for Weslaco. Nothing there. It's going to go back. See, we're talking earlier about the head coach for the Edinburg Economedes Jaguars. She's an interesting coach. We were talking with her as well, and Coach Christy Harquin, again, we mentioned already, first-year coach from the Houston area. Interesting, she was a player, played at Texas State as well, was a midfielder for them. So she's been around the sport for quite some time. It's going to go out of bounds. Ball back to Weslaco High. Number 24, Reina Vasquez, another senior. Limping a little bit. Hope she's okay. Ball goes out of bounds. Back to Weslaco. And talking to Coach Harquin, she mentioned how proud she is of the team. These Jaguars, mentioning that they worked hard. When she got here, the team had not come together quite yet. So that was the hardest part, she mentioned, is trying to get everybody to play as a team. You saw the individual talent trying to get it right in the middle there. Comes Black. Black is behind him. He's going to pass it the opposite way, but there's be a foul there. So that was the challenge for Coach Harquin here, to first year at the helm. The program had been in the playoffs before, but it's interesting that they had not won a district championship in quite some time. So they are making history here this evening as well. So history really being made here all night tonight, as the Lady Jaguars pick up a district championship. They had not done that for some time, as we mentioned, in about 6 years now before the Jaguars had a chance to be district champion. So it's been a while. And so that's history, for them, making history there. For Weslaco High, a historical season as well, because they're in the playoffs, and again, and not been in this spot since 2014. Some work being done there by the Panthers. See if they can get it back inside. They have an opportunity, kick it right back in the middle. Gonna miss it. The goalie's gonna have to come up, and she does. Goalkeeper very aware that number 3 was right in the middle, and you see her really do a good job of in that area. Did mention something interesting to both coaches. If you're watching this game live here this evening, you know that it comes. That's going to be in play. They haven't called any offsides of any type. They're going to take a shot, but nothing there. Talking to both coaches, because it is a warm, well, let's be honest, a hot afternoon and a warm evening. And I talked to both coaches and said, look, this is a winter sport, right? Most of the time, the worry is rainy and cold weather when they play. Much of a difference. How do you prepare for a game that is featuring really temperatures all day in the 90s and above? And he says, look, it's our conditioning. Both coaches went back to conditioning in the season. He says, hey, we'll be okay. We're just excited to be in the playoffs, both at the same sentiments. So again, some substitutions coming in for Economedes, as they have basically turned over their roster now. Most of the seniors that were there playing have either sat for a minute or two or have been replaced by other players. We'll get to that as we can. Here comes the Lady Jaguars, going to try to put it right in the middle. There it does, and there's going to be the first goal right in the middle. We're going to try to get the number here for the Jaguars. Right in the middle, we're keeping an eye on her, try to get her jersey number. It could have been number 15. She was in the area. And that's going to be, if you give us a minute, right in the middle. She's right at the 50-yard line, right there. We'll get her number, but really at the 23 mark, the 23rd minute mark, first goal, number 7 for the Lady Jaguars. Anaí Luna, the senior, strikes and gives the lead to the Edinburg Economedes Jaguars, 1-0. So yeah, the 23rd minute or so, that's where the attack and the goal came. Nice setup there by the Jaguars. Weslaco again we've seen a little bit of a change here now, as most of the time is being spent on the opposite side of the field for the majority of the early portion of this game. We were on the Edinburg Jaguar side, and now we've seen a lot of action on this side, and we've seen a goal by Anaí Luna the first goal of the evening to give the Jags the lead. 22 minutes left here in the first period, first half of this match. Weslaco has to no doubt work now. You know, we were talking about the importance of this game, talking about Coach Gonzalez, who is on the sidelines. And it's a warm afternoon, and he's wearing a sports coat. The only time he wears a sports coat, it's when the game is important. So you see him with the sports coat on this evening. He's wearing a ball cap and black sports coat. So you know it's a big one. Nice play there by the Jaguars, and A. Luna involved in that play, stopping any type of momentum kind of going the opposite way. Eddie Jaguars, again, we've said in the beginning, players to watch. We had obviously now on A. Luna is one of them, and we just saw her get a score there. The ball is going back, and goalkeeper's going to have to come up and get it, does. But basically, again, two teams that have played each other, two teams that are comfortable playing each other, know what to expect. Just a lot of action here. Thought there was something to call back there, nothing. You know, back the other side, they're going to send it in the middle. There's Black. Black has a chance at it. Coming up the other way is Desiree. Desiree is going to try to put that into motion. Just can't get there. Nice play there by number 9, Desiree Martinez, the captain. She's a defender. And, you know, coach, in talking to him about her, there's another player to watch. He says, look, we can count on her on defense and on offense, but we're going to rely on her on defense here this evening. And you just saw it there, going after Gomez. Nice control there. It's going to go up the opposite side. Has a chance at it. That's going to be Valerie Barajas putting it in the middle there. And there's Black trying to make something happen. Always around the ball is Caitlin Black for the Lady Panthers. Very active. Last time we were here, he scored 5 goals against San Benito. So if she can explode in just a minute or two, I'm sure that's something that they're going to need from her here. As they, there's looks like a Panther player. And it's a warm afternoon, and we talked about, you know, the conditions of it and running back and forth in this type of heat. Cramps and other things can obviously happen here. So a brief timeout happening, and as we do, we'll tell you what happened with the Weslaco Lady Panthers, how they got here. It's an interesting story because we're talking to Coach Gonzalez as they tend to the player. Coach Gonzalez said, look, we had 2 teams that were, you know, obviously the district champion and one right below that, which was Harlingen and Los Fresnos. And then you had Rivera and Weslaco. They both had 3rd place, and because of the point goal difference, really Weslaco should have moved forward and played and stayed in the 3rd spot. There was a rule, for lack of a better term, that talks about how that is handled at this level, district level. So therefore, they had to have a seeding game that was going to have to happen, which, by the way, never happened, between Brownsville Rivera and Weslaco High. Both coaches could not come to an agreement, and they said, no, one of them mentioned we're not going to play it. So they did a flip, and Weslaco lost. So they went to the 4th spot, while Rivera went to the 3rd spot. Fair or not fair? Well, that's depending on if you win the coin toss, I guess, is basically it. But, yeah, there's usually so many seeding games. You see that all the time in baseball. You see it all the time in basketball. That game did not happen. They went to a coin flip. And so that's why, if you follow the records of teams, you would have known that Weslaco had a better record because of the goal point difference. But they still landed in the 4th spot and had to play the district champion in District 31 6A. Yeah, maybe they would have given you a better matchup against a team with a less better record. But Coach Gonzalez says, look, we know whoever we would have played, we've had played them before, and so, you know, they had an opportunity to play at home, and they took it. Weslaco trying to make a move on offense, trying to set it up in the middle there. That's going to be put out of bounds. The ball will remain for Weslaco. Going to try to set up. They're going to be a corner. No, they're going to throw that in. There's some danger here. Watch out. Look out for number 3, number 7 as well. Desiree Gomez, Caitlin Black, very involved in things. The ball is being pushed now by the Jaguars. Stolen. Nice play. The ball's going to be kicked away. Defense is going to have to show up on that one. They do. Get back. Nice control there by Alessandra Aldape. Playing in the right side of things. Just controlling the middle, if you would. Oh, lost the ball. Have a chance at it. No, they're going to. No, they had a chance at it, but the player fell. I was looking for the flag for the offsides. Never really happened. Got tripped up there. But they had a chance for a break there on that one. The Lady Jags trying to increase their lead there. We're in the 19th minute here the first half. Good matchup here of two teams. Hard-working teams that have put things together and qualify for the playoffs. Set that up in the middle. Watch out, there's danger there. Now the goalkeeper comes out. Yeah, they're going to call the flag. Looks like somebody was offsides. That's a dangerous move when you see your goalkeeper coming out. Abigail Alonso doing a fine job here this season as the goalkeeper for the Lady Panthers. Looks like they're going to lose it. Trying to dribble and try to get things going in the middle. Just lost the dribble there for the Lady Panthers. So let's start thinking a little bit about what Weslaco can do here. They have to play some defense would be good. Here comes the pressure shot in the middle, and that's going to be picked up. Shot at goal, but boy, Alonso came out and she was there. Speed really got going there by the Jaguars. Individual play there for the Jaguars. Those 3 players up front, especially that front line, can really go. We talked earlier about Anaí Luna, who's one of the seniors who already has a goal here this evening. And Jacqueline Maldonado was the one who just took a shot at goal there, and you saw her speed. And she took it there. Weslaco's got to play some defense here. So they're going to put it back into play. Going to give it back to the goalkeeper. We'll see the first substitution for Weslaco High. And this is Kyra Perez, who earlier looked like she was injured on there, and they're going to sit down Calista Cepeda, the young sophomore. The first move here for Weslaco High. Coach Gonzalez making the first move for the Lady Panthers, while the Economedes Jaguars have done quite a few of roster movement and changing here early on. Weslaco trying to put things going on offense, but now they're playing some defense here. They're going to let that kind of go. They do. Jacqueline Maldonado, we mentioned her. She's a top scorer. Really an encouraging player, Coach Harquin mentioned. She rubs off on the rest of the players. She's a player that really injects a lot of encouragement into the rest of the players. So no doubt she's already been. We've seen the work that she's done here this evening. Weslaco High putting things together here, trying to really control the ball here. So Weslaco High, Desiree Gomez puts it up in the middle. Gonna lose that one. Push off the other side. It looks like that's gonna go out of bounds, and that's gonna belong to the Jags. Lady Jaguars will throw that in. We'll go for it, and that's going to be going out of bounds as well. That'll go back to Weslaco. So a little bit back and forth between these two teams. And at about the 23rd minute, we saw the first goal land for the Lady Jaguars. Ball going to be thrown in. Has an opportunity. Caitlin Black is right in the middle. She's going to try to pass it forward. Falls short. Weslaco has a chance to reset. Right in the middle. Defense is there. That's Dulce Martinez, who's been very active here this evening. She's really stopped a lot of these nice passes that have gone the opposite way. Have to kick that away, and she's going to have to play. Here comes Caitlin. Caitlin, they're going to push it out of bounds. Yeah, Dulce Martinez once again, the player involved with Caitlin Black. They're on the corner, throw in. There's some danger here. They're trying to set it up for Caitlin. They do. What's Caitlin going to do with it? She will stand it around and passes it over to one of her other teammates. There it is. So she's going to lose it. Wanted to pass it back the opposite way. Just couldn't quite do that. Send it to Mireya Alonso, other captain of this team for the Lady Panthers. And talking to her about Coach Gonzalez about her. He said, look, Mireya is the captain of our team. She's in the middle there, the central mid, and she's decisive. She needs to be tonight. Ball coming up ahead. Gonna kick that out of bounds. Possession stays for Lady Jags. A lot of work being put in here on defense by this Lady Jaguar team. Now, we mentioned this, and we mentioned a couple of their players already that are defensive standouts. They allowed the least amount of goals in their district. So a defensive team that you have also on the Jaguar side. So you're not surprised that they give up the less amount of goals while they put some goals, especially with two players like we mentioned earlier that they have. Lost control. Nice play by Gomez. Gomez has an opportunity. Pushed up in the middle. Kaylee has a chance. Watch out. A shot at goal. Going to have to kick it back. No, that's going to be put backwards. Or, yeah, it goes backwards. I thought it was going to. Caitlin Black was going to have a chance at it. Header across the center line. In the middle. That's a playable ball. Here we saw Jacqueline Maldonado really chasing that one on the opposite side. Not to be. Kick is away. Controlled and missed by the Jaguars. Back to the opposite end. They like to attack so far with the goal came early on. It was from the right side that they were set up their play. See if they go back to that. They've been successful, and then they came back towards the middle, and that's where the goal came from on A. Luna. Throw in by the Lady Panthers. Another substitution back and forth for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. Melanie Fuentes now coming back in. Freshman for this Panther team. And we talked to Coach about these young freshmen that he plays. He says, yeah, they're a backbone of our team. They really do well. There's not a lot of experience, but boy, they've gained it during the season, and they've proven themselves. So feels comfortable with these young freshmen playing here in this playoff game this evening. Missed control there, has an opportunity, is Black. Back the opposite way we go. See if the Jags can set something up. Defensive play there is going to be let go by Cristina Borrego. Nice play there by her, didn't play it. Give it back to get the kick away. Trying to see if they can get one right before intermission here, before the half. Ball's going to go out. The Lady Panthers. A nice crowd here by the Weslaco faithful, especially knowing that this is a playoff game and what it means to some of these, not a big senior presence on this Weslaco High team, but there is some players that do start, obviously, for them. Ball is going to go out of bounds there. Reina Vasquez pushed it out of bounds. Placed to the left side of things. She's been active here this evening as well. Ball thrown in. Black has a chance at it. She wants to move it back. Let's reset. Just playing a little bit with it. That's going to go right into the hands of Coach Gonzalez. Nice catch, Coach. Throw it right back in. Watch out. Here's Kate that has an opportunity for it. Leads the pack. Going to take a shot at it. I think she is. She does. No, that's going to be caught by the goalkeeper. Boy, if she would have got that across, she had a wide open teammate on the opposite side. What could have been on that one? But you see, we were talking about the speed that they have. Weslaco coming back. They take that one. Going to be controlled by Weslaco. No, the Jags are going to fight for that one. Going to try to set it to the opposite side. A lot of speed right now on the pitch for Weslaco High. And let's go out of bounds. Far away from us on the side of the Jaguars. So let's see what they can there. Looks like Robles is on the opposite side. We're trying to catch a number. We'll double check that in a minute. I was going to be pushed way out of bounds. Nothing there for the Lady Jags. So we talked to Coach. Really, we talked to both of them, as you mentioned during our broadcast. We were talking about getting their input on what to expect and really what has happened here. And one of the things that Coach Harquin mentions, you know, sometimes as a team, you've got to look at the next round. I mean, both teams, we'll talk about what Coach Gonzalez said about that as well. But Coach Harquin said, asking her, hey, so it's out there. There's two teams that are playing tonight. That's Del Rio is taking on San Antonio O'Connor tonight. The winner of that game will take on the winner of this game. So, you know, we ask, you've got to make preparations and the possibility that if you do win, you've got some things going on. And, you know, like a natural coach, I thought she was just taking the, you know, saying, well, we'll see how it goes. But at the kind of grasped something from when I asked her, I said, are you superstitious? And she goes, yes, very much so. Says, well, that makes a lot of sense, but you don't want to talk so much about the next round. And so, yeah, not too much details on that. And she's waiting on the results, obviously, of what happens here this evening. So, you know, there's just some coaches that's the way they go. But that was her input on it. They didn't want to talk too much about it. Did have something to say about teams, but she used the word against Del Rio and San Antonio O'Connor as two pretty good teams. That's as far as she went. On the other side, Coach Gonzalez has been on the reach out in case his team is successful here this evening. What happens? He says he loves to go for home, so there's a possibility they might play here again if they win here this evening, or might play in San Antonio. One or the other. There's not much of a neutral zone that we're going to talk about. Ball's going to kick right in the middle. Has an opportunity. Pushing for it. She's going to grab it right in the middle. Hayden has an opportunity. It's not there. Blocked. Boy, what a play there and setup. What control, really, by on the opposite side. Kaden Black just couldn't put her foot into it. And there's an opportunity that went. But what a setup on the opposite side by Nadia Rivera. And we said she was going to be on the attack mode tonight. There she comes again, trying to push it. Nadia on the opposite side, going to kick that, and that's going to go, it looks like, into play still. The goalkeeper is out. Be careful, there's a player right behind you. Boy, some action here now kind of developing right before the end of we're getting to the half here. Boy, what an opportunity missed there by Caitlin. Doesn't miss those. We've said this twice already here this evening. Right shots right in front of the goal, then just couldn't quite make it. And the Jags are going to kick this one away. Ball falls right in the middle and be popped up high by Weslaco. Controlled by the Lady Jaguars. Caitlin Black right in the middle of things like usual. Loses that one. Right towards the middle of the field. Going to be taken. Pass towards the middle, going to be taken by Weslaco. Pick from the back. Now they're not going to call anything, but it's going to be turned over to Weslaco. Ask the coaches about the general health of teams. Says, you know, we both teams, they went through some injuries early part of the season, but seem to be healthy here for this playoff game. Again, set it up for Caitlin Black. Caitlin Black right in the middle, passes it. It's going to be pushed back the opposite way. Boy, if I had to give a MVP at the half, it would definitely go to Dulce Martinez, who's been active, and she's really stopped the progression of a couple of plays that have been already in play and really had a chance at a goal here for both. Yeah, so we're starting to see, we talked about it, this could be prevalent. We're starting to see this. The trainer was dealing with another athlete. His attention is needed. And once again, just to kind of reiterate, it's been a warm day here. Let's be honest, hot day, to be honest with you. And this is never good news when you see an athlete kind of deal with an injury or things. As we, in this case, we see another player coming in. We see some substitutions coming in. That is Jesse Cepeda, the young junior, coming in for Weslaco High. Caitlin Black is the player who's going to need some attention. She's walking off, got a little bit of a limp as she walks off, but we're hoping that she's all right. She's doing well. Maybe hoping it's just sometimes you get kicked in the wrong place. Comes Weslaco trying to set things up. Goes the opposite way. Has an opportunity in the middle. Let's see if they can push it up. Reina Vasquez going back. She's going to set it up right towards the middle. They like to hit that area. That's going to be kicked and away out of bounds by the Lady Jaguars. So you never want to see any player go out, especially when it's one of your top players. Like Caitlin Black is. We'll see, keep an eye on her, see how she does. Hopefully she'll be all right, get some fluids in her, and get her back going is obviously something that's no doubt she's going to want to do as well. Here comes the Lady Panthers, passing it across, and there to stop that one once again is Dulce Martinez. Right in the middle. Back the opposite way, got a hustle there. They are. A lot of hustle there by number 10, Melody Fuentes, the midfielder, starting here this evening. First start for her of the season. Mireya Alonso will get back into play. Missed that one. Going to be pushed back towards the side of the Jaguars. Jaguars trying to get it right back into play, and it's going to be nicely blocked by Eileen Escobar. Popped up high. Try to be controlled by Weslaco High, and it is. Nice dribble there, back and forth. They go. Try to keep it away from Weslaco. Weslaco try to. Oh, and there's going to be. Went under, but the official was there. Didn't call anything. Could have been called, I guess. Well, there's time out there as a player still on the floor. Went down for the sweep, and really the player was caught from behind. Really surprised they didn't draw a card, to be honest with you. The official had a better view than I did, obviously, so he did not call anything. But there is some time. 2:44 left here in the first half of things. On a game, they saw the score change when Anaí Luna was set up right in the middle, and she put in a goal about the 23rd minute or so of this first half. They'll be able to put it in and take the lead. We're hoping that Reina Vasquez is okay. She seems to be the player walking off. She's walking off on her own strength, so that's good to see. Again, on a night like tonight, it can be humid and hot. It kind of takes a toll on some of these young athletes, and we're starting to see a little bit of that here kind of develop. No doubt they're going to need a break here at half and get some fluids and things going for them. Waiting to get back in the action here. Officials making sure that everybody that it needs to be in is in. Back to play. Weslaco High trying to see if they can get something that's going to be hand there. Weslaco will try to develop a play here. Coach Gonzalez is telling his young athletes, play or two maybe. Ball high up in the air. Controlled by the Lady Panthers. Picked up by the Jaguars. Right in the middle there. Jacqueline Maldonado has been active. Here comes from the opposite end. It's going to be offsides. They had an opportunity, but just a little too ahead there for the Jaguars, and that threat is going to end. Weslaco High. This one away. Right in the middle. They've been successful setting it up in the middle. If they can just hit that ball on the spot there, they have an opportunity. And here comes that defensive player we've been talking about here this evening. Dulce Martinez, one of the captains here for this team. The Jaguars, right in the middle. Back and forth they go. Has an opportunity. Gomez had an opportunity, and that's going to go out of bounds. Possession back for the Lady Panthers. Ball's going to be thrown in. Maria Alonso finding out there for a second is Nadia Rivera. The ball remains still on Weslaco side. They're going to throw it back into Nadia. Nadia has an opportunity. Now it's going to be kicked right in the middle. Watch out, there's some action there by the Panthers. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Now they're going to push it. Might be pushed out of bounds, but looks like that's going to be on the Jaguars. That's going to be back towards Weslaco. Has an opportunity throwing quickly. They understand time is running out here in the first half. Gets it right in the middle. Kicked away right in the middle. Has a chance to kick it. But there's nothing there. Now there's going to be, looks like a shot. These are setting it up here. Might have an opportunity to take a shot at it and maybe tie this game. Weslaco High really very fortunate here with the first half running down with an opportunity. Yeah, shot at goal just a little too high, and that threat must go away. And we're going to reach the end of the first half here in a second here. Looks like, yeah, they called it. So therefore, after one, we're going to take a brief break and intermission. But so far, in this playoff game, by district round, it is your Weslaco Lady Panthers 0, Edinburg Lady Jaguars 1. We'll be right back with more action here on KWES. better have another opportunity for those. Has an opportunity to do it. All right, welcome back to the second half, second portion of our match here this evening. Of course, it's the 2023 UIL Texas Girls Soccer State Championship Tournament that is happening and just started here early this evening. Weslaco High, Lady Panthers taking on the Lady Jaguars from Edinburg Economedes. Ball is at the center spot there for the Jags. They do have the lead 1-0. On a goal, they came with about 23 minutes in or left into the game. Nice play developed there by Anaí Luna, number 7, senior for Edinburg. Made sure to take the lead, 1-0. Weslaco High kind of looking at their first half impressions. Basically, they've had an opportunity. We counted at least 2 for sure. They were right in front of the goal and just couldn't capitalize. So I'm sure that's something that Coach Gonzalez talked to the young athletes, young Lady Panthers about, being able to finish, no doubt. This would be a different game if that would have happened, obviously. But that's what we have for you here to start off the second half of this match. I am Fred Alfaro. He is Mike Palacios and Vinny Berry. Offering you the action here from Bobby Lackey Stadium. The winner tonight will take on the winner of Del Rio, the Rams, the O'Connor Panthers. Who will it be? We will move on to the area and we'll decide this hopefully before it's all said and done here in just a few. And set that up. Weslaco High is trying to get going on offense. There's an opportunity pushing. Weslaco High is going to pick that one up. They're going to put that back into play. That's Nadia Rivera. She's been very active here. Mireya Alonso now playing up in the middle. And that's going to be foul there called. 2 players really going for the ball. Just couldn't get anything going there. We've had some injuries here earlier. We're hoping to see Caitlin Black is back on the pitch, so she's fine. Looks like she needed a break, and no doubt the halftime portion of things gave her an opportunity to get back into this contest. Weslaco High, there's Alonso. Alonso pushing it. Alonso's going to try to set this up right in the middle. Takes a shot, controlled by the goalkeeper. Nothing there. We haven't spoken too much about her, but that's Jocelyn Maldonado, goalkeeper, young junior who's done a good job for the Edinburg Jaguars. 2 players down again. Again, has been kind of a physical game here towards the end of the first portion, or first half, and then continue into this second half. The busiest people on the field, besides the players, have been the trainers. A lot of inadvertent collisions. Looks like some players needed some fluids and that kind of thing, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. Just 2 players went down, one for Economedes and the other one for the Lady Panthers. Trainers are out there now looking at them. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. So we were mentioning earlier that the winner here takes on Del Rio, or the winner of Del Rio or San Antonio O'Connor. Talking to both coaches about the possibility of playing the next level, they foresee, and most experts, if there's such a thing as experts in this field, feel that San Antonio O'Connor will be the successful team. So we're starting to see here player for the Panthers seems to be okay. She's walking off her own power. So that's good to see. Nice to see that she's doing okay. Walking on her own power is always a good thing to see. Coach Gonzalez was out there a little worried about his players, and well, should be. Both teams agreed that San Antonio O'Connor, for the lack of a better word, and they described it. Coach, I would say the best description that I got was from Coach Jarquin, who said basically a monster. That's the best description of the next level team that they would be matching up against. But the focus obviously is here this evening and trying to advance and beat the Lady Panthers, and the same for the Lady Panthers, trying to beat the district champions of District 31 6A, the Lady Jaguars. Ball being thrown in. Weslaco trying to push and get things going. It's going to be intercepted there. Maria Alonso is going to have a chance at it right in the middle. She's pushing, but somebody coming from behind. Got to watch out for that. Going to be set up right in the middle. Has an opportunity. Is Gomez. Gomez right in the middle. Going to hit the corner, and that's the out of bounce off. Has an opportunity to kick it. It's going to be kicked away. Boy, oh boy, just hit the corner post on the edge, on the outside of it. It went out. It cannot just get any closer than that for Weslaco High. What a fantastic play by Nadia Rivera. Setting it up nicely. Really had an opportunity herself, but passed it up right in the middle and just couldn't complete it. Score stayed the same. Threat is over. Weslaco High trying to get back to the opposite side again. Playing some defense. Puts it the other way. Really, Mireya Alonso has moved up here a little bit, and she's created certain things for the Panthers. Right in the middle again. Here comes Black. Black is an opportunity. Rivera pushes it back. Got to get there quickly. The ball is going to be intercepted by the Lady Jaguars. Ball skips ahead. Defensive play is there. Kick back. Nice play there by the backfield, back line of the Lady Panthers. Solid on that play there. Alessandra Ardape. Boy, she was right on the spot to end that. They had an opportunity at it, but she stopped that from developing. So far for Weslaco High is what could have been. Cool song, and this is what's happening this evening. Yeah, nothing is going there, but we'll see if they have an opportunity here. Here comes Black. Long bounces off one of the defenders. Ball's going to stay to the Weslaco side of things. Throw in here an opportunity for Weslaco to try to get something going. I'm going to kick that in. Yep. Weslaco High has had an opportunity here. Threat here. Weslaco right down the middle there. Defended well by Edinburg. Picked up by Weslaco High. Weslaco's going to take a shot at it. Just a little bit out of the way here. Too much to the right. So the shots at goals have already come by Weslaco High. Nothing yet for Edinburg Economedes. But they just have not fallen here for the Lady Panthers. Can that change? It's something just a matter of those type of things kind of happening. As we see, we're about to kick this one. Goalkeeper for Economedes, Jocelyn Maldonado, young junior. The opposite way, lost that one, has an opportunity. Rivera's going to have to hustle if she wants that one. She does, she wins it. She has an opportunity to try to get it. Oh, she's going to lose it, just couldn't quite get it there. But again, a lot of activity now by Nadia Rivera. She spearheaded the attack just a little while ago on a missed shot to hit the side of the goal. Again, Weslaco kind of started the same way the first half. They really dominated the side and the possession on the opposite side, which is the Economedes side of things, but just couldn't capitalize. Do it again, Rivera. Ball's kicked. Ball will stay with the Jags. good to see that a lot of these athletes who suffered an injury was brief, nothing serious. So that's a good thing for both teams. Comes Edinburg, gonna kick this one away. Ball's going to go out of bounds, going to belong to Weslaco. Weslaco has an opportunity. Ball stays on this side. They realize they're running against the clock here. Even though we just started not too long ago, we are already at the 32nd minute here. Out of the 40. In the middle, they're going to kick that out of bounds. A lot of action in the middle there. Lots of white jerseys and a couple of purple ones. And the Jaguars decided to kick that one away. So there's going to be an opportunity here by Weslaco. We'll see if they set it up for Black, or they want to go to Desiree, who's been very active. Ball set up in the middle. That's a push in the back, and they don't call anything there. The Weslaco faithful are kind of voicing their displeasure. Ball's going to be kicked opposite end. Controlled by Weslaco. Edinburg kicks it right back the other way. Weslaco just seems like they're just a step behind, and if they just get that, have an opportunity to take a shot at it. Really excellent defense, let's be honest, by the Edinburg Economedes Jaguars as well. Remember, coming into this contest, they were one of the leaders in the Valley and for sure in their district of giving up goals. Their defense just doesn't give up a lot of points. So we're starting to really see that here this evening, holding the Lady Panthers to no points yet. Here comes the Jags on the attack. It's going to be pushed out of bounds. Ball remains with the Jags. First threat here this half by the Lady Jags now. Coming in the middle there. Weslaco's going to fight that one. Shot from far away does not fall. Ball high up in the air, controlled by Black. Not going to let it fall. And they're going to kind of push it down that way by Nadia Rivera. Nadia, a lot of speed once she gets going from the outside, and then she can really put things in the middle there. Black has it. Talking about speed, she's going to try to kick it back in bounds. Now she's going to keep it, and that is going to go out of bounds. Well stayed there with the goalkeeper. Again, opportunities, looking for those opportunities that have been limited. At least 3 shots at it for Weslaco. Just couldn't capitalize on those. You got to keep working, no doubt. Lady Jaguars were in a tough district, a 31-6A. 2 straight wins against Edinburg High and Mission. And really, we were talking about the defense for the Jaguars. They beat Edinburg High 4-0, and they beat Mission High 5-1. So you see the pattern there. Scoring goals and not giving up many. Set it up in the middle again. It's going to have to get there. Weslaco is. They're going to push it. Watch out. This is something they like to do. Try to win the ball and try to get it in the middle there. They do. That's going to go out of bounds, though. Again, we haven't seen too much, and not mentioned Jacqueline's name too much. She was involved in that play. But Jacqueline Maldonado, we had as one of the players to watch. But we've seen that Weslaco High has responded to that challenge of playing against a leader in the Valley and in District 31-6A, top scoring. As a matter of fact, she was the second one. A player from Edinburg High was the only one that had one more than she did. Weslaco High in the middle loses it. Gonna try to kick it. They do. Gonna go the opposite way. Weslaco High has a number. Here goes Caitlin. Caitlin's gonna be kicked out. It's gonna stay with Weslaco High. So an opportunity here might be developing. Get it back into Caitlin. Caitlin will control. Back out of bounds. Again, back to Weslaco. So defense is the calling card for this Lady Economedes Jaguar team. That's what they're looking to do, play some defense and have an opportunity. to score some goals. But really, Weslaco High has done a good job as well, playing defense as well. It's going to be set up in the middle. Weslaco fighting for it, pushing it, going to push that out of bounds. Going to stay with the Jaguars. 27th minute here in the game. Weslaco working, trying to get what's going on the offensive line. Coach Gonzalez mentioned yesterday during our interview that was working on different scenarios, different plays, plans of attack to try to get some goals. He's like, we feel that they're going to come, not by a lot, but they're going to come. And so we have those opportunities. We have to take them and get them. And that's exactly what has not really happened here this evening. And the Jaguars have an opportunity. Man up front loses it. Panthers are going to get that back. So exactly to form what Coach Gonzalez had talked about has kind of developed here. Says when we have an opportunity, we've got to make those shots and be aggressive, and just has not developed here this evening. While Edinburg is playing some good defense, yeah, they had opportunities, and we'll see if they get another shot at it or two to try to maintain themselves in this contest. Let's go high, controlling. Loses it there. Caitlin is right in the middle. Caitlin was looking to pass. She's going to play that one herself. Loses that one. Ball in the middle. It's going to be an opportunity here by Weslaco. Weslaco has a chance. Rivera is going to be pushed. Rivera's going to get up and get it. Both players, the official lets him play. Rivera hits it back the opposite way to Caitlin. Caitlin is going to try to get it. Caitlin is going to push it back inbounds. Boy, the defensive player falls all the way to the track. Weslaco High still playing that one. A couple of players down for Weslaco. You see one for sure here closer to us. So an injury timeout here for a second just to kind of get this going. Mentioned District 31 6A and what the Jaguars had to do to get to this spot. They understood that putting goals and taking a chance when given and then playing some defense is the way to go for a coach Harquin's bunch. Interesting, all seniors, right? They played in the beginning of the game for about 10 minutes or so. All seniors were playing. One of the top players in the Valley, in Jacqueline Maldonado, has been held in check here by the Weslaco High Lady Panthers. Not involved too much. She's a good player, you know, four-year player, that kind of thing. Top scorer on the team and one of the top scorers in the area here. Has not really made an impact yet, but they're aware of that. On the Weslaco side, you obviously do have number 3, Caitlin Black, a young junior who's been involved. An excellent game here this evening by Nadia Rivera in creating and really attacking and really sticking to the game plan that Coach Gonzalez had talked about, where he needed her to be in attack mode all night. The young junior midfielder has been doing a good job. As we see a young player coming off, hopefully she'll be okay. Again, some of these injuries that have happened have been temporary, just things to ice down or just kind of put something on it. Hopefully that'll be the case for Aileen Escobar, young sophomore, taking a seat, getting some attention. Hopefully she'll be all right. She looks good. She's walking off her own power, so that's always a good sign. So getting back to the action here in a second. We are at the 26th minute now of this contest. See if Weslaco can put something in play here. Right in the middle. Header pushing it back the opposite way. Economedes. It's going to go out of bounds. Weslaco High is going to get a shot at it here. As we see Alessandra Aldape, young junior, getting ready to create something here. An opportunity. You have all your strikers and people that can create things up front. See how they play this. Come Panthers. Middle. That's going to be handled with a goalkeeper. Nice and high. Nice shot, though. By Aldape, no doubt. going back to her spot on defense. Kicked away. Ball's back into place. Ball controlled by Julissa Robles. At one time was one of the top subs on this team, now starting. Right in the middle there with Alonso. Alonso loses it. Alonso touches it, moves back the other way. Alonso has it. Alonso's gonna dribble out, gonna set it up right in the middle, tries to take a shot. Was Desiree Gomez. Nothing there. Coming up from the opposite side in the middle. Caitlin is there. Caitlin has an opportunity and she gets it. There it is. Got it, got it, got it. The first goal came by Caitlin Black. We were talking about it was just a matter of time, and they were just a step or two behind, and it falls. The first goal, Caitlin Black for Weslaco High, is the Weslaco High crowd here this evening. Really celebrates, ties the game in the 24th minute, the 24-minute mark. Nice play set up there, and really, you're just looking for an opportunity. She's so talented, Black is. You give her an opportunity, she always camping out. We use that word, camping out in the middle of the goal net, basically. She's right in front, she's waiting for the ball to come away. She knows exactly what to do with it. Ties this game up. Quite done yet. The excitement here for both teams, knowing that in just 25 minutes or so, they might be heading to the next round. See if we can put this together. Weslaco have an opportunity to put it back into play. It's going to be handled by the defensive player. She's had an excellent night here. We talked about her, Dulce Martinez. Really doing a good job, and has probably one of their top defenders here for the Jaguars. Sweep, and that's going to go out of bounds back to the Jaguars. Jaguars are threatening now on this side. Throw in. Header there. Threat is gone as the goalkeeper takes care of it. Abigail Alonso, nice play by her. Ball is kicked away. Weslaco has no doubt wanting to continue staying on the opposite side of it, have an opportunity. They can kind of intercept this one. They have an opportunity here in the middle. Caitlin is right there. Caitlin just misses it. Mireya is there. See, Mireya can win this one. A lot of pushing and for position and things, and that's going to go back to Economedes. Economedes is going to throw this one in. So we've had the top scorers on each team, or at least for Weslaco, already been involved. We're still waiting on Jacqueline Maldonado, and sometimes if you're a Panther fan, you probably don't want to hear that. You probably want to save to continue to try to keep her in play here and not get her too involved. But the Jags are going to come at you with different ways. We were talking about an offense and what they can do. We talked about Dulce Martinez and what a game setter she is. She sets the pace basically for the defense, and how she plays defense really sets the tone for it. Comes a pass, gonna go the other way. Be kicked back by Weslaco. Gonna control. Weslaco will try to get it. Come across. Player falls high. Goalkeeper's gonna have to come out for it. He's gonna have to. Does. Almost ran into the wrong player. So we talked about her. We talked about Stephanie Moreno, another senior. She's a hustler. That's what Coach Harquin said. Look, she's going to hustle as much as she can. She doesn't go for the push there. Back in. Things getting a little tense now out there as we play here for the lead. Right in the middle, it's going to be controlled by the Jaguars. So those are the type of players you're going to want to get going here. They're going to try to set it up that way, but Weslaco's high speed is really starting to show now. You have a couple of players out there on that edge. Reina Vasquez, who's been active. They've been trying to get her going. Angela Elizondo has a big leg. She's been involved in a couple of these plays already. See if this kind of continues for the Lady Panthers. Fighting for the ball. A lot of action now has really stepped out from both teams. Coming right down the middle. Weslaco High will control. What a kick there by Alonso, it looked like. Gets it right in the middle. Rivera has an opportunity. She's got to beat her one-on-one. Will she? Looking back, looking for some help here to pass it. Nice move to get it back to herself. And that's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to stay possession of Weslaco. Weslaco has an opportunity here. If they set this up, can they take the lead? Now the corner kick here. Weslaco high, and we already saw what a topic can do. She's got a leg, no doubt. That's Alessandra. One of the top players here on this team will try to give the lead to Lady Panthers. Sets it up right in the middle. Then try to go with the header. Nothing happens. Header one more time right into the goalie's hands. Boy, just couldn't quite get it there, but the threat was there. You see what Aldape can do for you when she does those corner kicks. She's so dangerous at those corner kicks. The way she places the ball is just incredible. Out of bounds. Weslaco, their energy really for Weslaco has increased, and really so for the Jaguars. We're happy you could join us. This is a live broadcast from Bobby Lackey Stadium. KWES is bringing it to you live. Couldn't make it out here to the stadium. That's okay. Here comes Weslaco. Has an opportunity right in the middle there. Back and forth. It's going to be a push in the back. I'm going to stop that. Now we're going to keep going. Thought there was some stoppage there. Push from the back was Melanie Fuentes, young freshman. I'm going to place that down. Weslaco high. We'll take an opportunity here. Everybody's thinking, are you going to let Aldape kick it? You better believe it. Here she comes. Man, does she have it? Like, watch this kick and how she sets things up so she can get it. Right in the middle. Long shot. Gotta get out there, have to get there. Oh, gotta kick it off. Almost way through. Yeah, we were saying that she's got a thing on her. Boy, if that goalkeeper doesn't jump, that ball just squeezes in on the top of the crossbar there for the Panthers. Got a kick there by Alessandra, top player. She's just a junior, co-captain on this team. Kind of plays the back and kind of comes up on different plays, and you see when it's a set piece like that, she's involved. Out of bounds, gonna stay on the side of Weslaco. Time is running, 18-minute mark now. Teams, no doubt, as they're gonna keep it there. There was a push, so Weslaco will keep it there. And guess who? Number 4, Alessandra Aldape now. Will try to set it up from there. Looking for Black. Looking for Nadia Rivera maybe on a header. See, or maybe she might just take this shot herself. Let's see. Here comes Aldape. Right in the middle. Blocked by the goalie. Right on stride. Right in the area where that goalie has to work for it. Weslaco keeps. Throw in. Loses that one. That's going to be pushed out of bounds. Weslaco still on this side of the pitch basically now for quite some time and really mounting a threat against this Edinburg Economedes team. See if they can get a shot at goal at least. In there. Let's get it right in the middle. Ball's going to go high and it's just going to go away. I'm going to kick it there. Nothing develops. For Mireya Alonso, talking about a big, strong leg. Yeah, Mireya's another one. The senior captain. She handles the free kicks, you know, the set pieces, those corners. She can do it all as well. It's good to have those two players ready for you when needed for Coach Gonzalez and the rest of the Panthers. Okay, clock is running here. Well, there's no stoppage. It looks like there's an injured player. So again, we've seen that the intensity has kind of picked up here late in the game here. Obviously, after the score came from Black, really kind of put things together as Coach Gonzalez wants to talk to his team. There's an injury timeout, takes advantage of the fact that, hey, maybe we can grab a little bit of fluids and put them in here. Yeah, that's a good idea. especially on a light night like tonight. Talking things over. 16-minute mark now for this game. So we'll see how the Panthers handle it. Once again, the winner of tonight yet to be determined because they are playing at the same time we are. This game is a live game happening this evening. If you're watching on delay, well, obviously you'll know the results by now. But Weslaco High or Edinburg Economedes will play the winner of the Del Rio San Antonio O'Connor game. So yeah, right now there's plenty of work to be done yet for the Panthers and for the Jaguars as it's tied 1-1. Thinking this was going to be this type of a game. We have to say at this point the momentum has kind of shifted a little bit more to the Weslaco High side. Edinburg Economedes has really not taken an opportunity on offense to take many opportunities at goal. That's a little bit surprising. Having, knowing all the athletes that they have to be able to create things hasn't really developed yet. So we're pointing out now, we're talking a little bit about those that scored the goals, especially for Weslaco. Caitlin Black, top player, junior. She'll be back next year. She runs track, so you see where the speed comes from when you see her there. Not just a top athlete, has a lot of goals for this team, but she's also an AP student. So an excellent student, excellent athlete, well-rounded, young individual. Nice to see that as well happen with these talented young players here for Weslaco High, and the same goes for Edinburg Economedes. We're happy that a lot of they brought a nice crowd with them, following with them all the way here to Weslaco. We have a lot of people that are joining us as well, that are perhaps watching from other areas, including Edinburgh. So that happens. We're happy that you're joining us if you are, and just kind of sitting back and enjoying a good match here this evening on two teams that have now broken the streak, if you would. One into the playoffs and another one being a district champion. So history, as we said earlier, has been made by both teams already, even before they got here, before they played this game. So it's already a sign of a successful season when you can claim that. All right, let's get back to the action here. Looks like everybody that was injured, thirsty, or tired got a break. Try to see if we can finish this one here on a positive note. A 16-minute mark. Here comes, puts it back into play. Weslaco touches it, but it goes out. Weslaco's there. Gonna push it. Right in the middle there is Valerie Barajas. Barajas gonna fall. Not gonna get there. And that's a lot of physical play now by both teams. Nothing wrong or bad with it. It's just become physical, and so therefore you've seen some bruises or some pain because of this tough game they're playing. After all, this is the playoffs, so they understand that the winner continues. The loser has to stay back. Ball back to Weslaco. Ball's ready to go. Mireya Alonso, watch. She's going to throw this in right in the middle. Caitlin is there, right in the middle. And guess who? Number 11, Rivera. Got it. Nadia Rivera, we said that had an opportunity to get it, and she did. We were thinking of the fact that if they could just get one more shot in there, it was gonna fall, and boy did it. What a play. Nadia Rivera, all set up by Mireya Alonso, throw in. A couple of people kind of grazed it, and yeah, Nadia Rivera knows exactly what to do with it. That's such a skilled player. She's got the touchdown, and she's involved in, basically soccer is her life. Football is her life. Plays in different leagues and things like that, so you can see the talent of the play now. Really, now things have changed towards Weslaco's side. Weslaco does have the lead, 2-1, and they're in attack mode now. Kick it right in the middle, defended well by the Jaguars. Jaguars have played defense for a long time, and here comes Black out there. Now they're going to get it to the goalkeeper. you can just see that they have not really pushed it too much. Really on the opposite end. We've played the majority. There's going to be a call there on the Jags. That's where they're going to start there. 2-1. Weslaco High on their historic season taking the lead here. And again, this could now come in bunches, folks. Once you get a couple of these and the door finally opens, watch out. Here comes Udea, sets it right in the middle. It's handled by the goalie. Now there was 2 Panther players around that, Caitlin Black being one of them and the other one being Rivera, and they both have the goals for this Weslaco High team. Pushing it. There's got to be some sense of urgency now by the Edinburg Economedes Jaguar team. Balls go out of bounds. That's going to stay with the Jaguars. Jaguars need to make a push. Still got a little bit of time, 14 minutes left, but they've got their work cut out for them. They have not really shown too much on offense here in the second half. Weslaco is going to let that go out of bounds. They will take it. Nice patience there. Now it's about to throw this in. They do. That's going to touch one of the players there. Now it's interesting as we kind of talk about different players and how they're playing and what they're doing. Just on this play earlier, you had a couple of players come up and that are being involved that haven't played before. So one of those players, and she's active right now, is Julissa Robles. Now Julissa Robles is interesting because we had a conversation about her, number 20. She'll tell you herself, I'm not the tallest girl out there, and really not. She's one of the young ones on this team, and she's a smaller player. She is a senior, and she's got a lot of heart. That's what Coach said. Speaking of heart, here comes Caitlin Black, the heart of this Panther team. Nothing there to thread over. Boy, she had another opportunity maybe, but a good play by the defense for Jaguars. So going back and talking about Julissa. Played as a sub quite a bit for the majority of the season. Rivera kicks that one. Stoppage and play here. We'll set this up. So wanted to mention about her. Yeah, she's diminutive in size, but Coach said it's all heart. That's what you want to see. Weslaco High has a shot at it. It's going to have a free kick here. And that's, guess who? That's right, Mireya Alonso. Right in the middle. That's going to be, oh, yeah, off her hands and then back into those mitts that those goalies wear, controlled by the Lady Jags. Weslaco now really being aggressive now, understanding that they could put this away with another one. Oh, missed it. It's all right. The back line is there to kind of help you out. Set this up. Stop at your play there. Go the opposite way. It's because of that, the being extra, you know, the word we're looking for is just being so much active now. You get to see a lot of hand, a lot of pushing, and that kind of stuff. It's just as the game kind of comes down to it, you see kind of a few mistakes that are happening here and there. They didn't call that one. Ball lost there by 2 players. 2 Weslaco, a player for Weslaco and a player for Economedes are down. They let him play this one out. As finally they stop it. Yeah, 2 players. We've been talking about the physicality of things. And again, these are all legal things that are happening. By no way or means are we saying that they're wrong in any type of way. This is just hard work being put in by both players. Sometimes, you know, you're just at the wrong place and make the wrong move, and you just either step on the ball or you step on somebody's foot, and those kind of things happen. Player is down for the Jags. Hopefully it goes well. So again, it's been since the season of 2013 and 2014 that Weslaco has been in this position to be in the playoffs. Now, keep in mind, and this is something if you're a Weslaco Panther fan, Lady Panther fan, this team here, this is quite a bit young team. We mentioned a couple of seniors that are on this team. We'll mention the seniors for it that are starting here this evening. Mireya Alonso is obviously one of them. Abigail Alonso, the goalkeeper. And then you look down the list and try to see how many seniors you have. Well, besides Felisa Robles, she's been active here this evening. That's about it. So a lot of these players will return next year for their senior years or even junior years. Remember, they do have up to 3 make that freshmen, not sophomores, freshmen. Weslaco High had 3 freshmen starting at one point in the season here for Weslaco. So that experience is now paying dividends at this level and obviously into next season as well. They don't want the season to end today. But they're in good shape so far. It's 2-1, Weslaco High over Edinburg Economedes here this evening. 10:57, time left. Time gets started here. Usually there's no addition of time at this level. Don't expect it to be either, so we'll see. So the high, nice sweep there. Gets it back, nice and clean. Weslaco trying to get it back the opposite way. It's intercepted by Edinburg Economedes, pushing it. Gets it out that way. Back the opposite way. Comes Edinburg. They have a chance here. Try to set something up in the middle. They do. Going to be hit away. It's Aldape is back there, and she uses her leg to get it out of the way. Weslaco High. Check that. That's going to be Edinburg Economedes' ball. That's right. Aldape hit it out of bounds. So they're on this side of the pitch now to see if they can create something. Try to tie this game up. Economedes going to go out of bounds off of Weslaco. Edinburg Economedes will keep. Inching closer and closer. Keep your eye out on a couple of players here for Economedes. Some of the top players that we haven't really talked too much about could be involved. That's out of bounds still for the Lady Jaguars. Jacqueline Maldonado. Obviously, Anaí Luna had a score earlier. So she's a player to watch here. Kind of set it up in the middle. Header right back into it, and that was Anaí Luna who was active on that one. Controlled by the goalkeeper. So yeah, that threat is over. See if they can go back to the opposite side of the pitch here, get things going. Header gets it back in. Black is involved. Gonna try to set this up, nothing there. Ball is bouncing back and forth, finally controlled by Weslaco, put away. Edinburg is gonna try to control it. Watch out, here comes Rivera. Rivera is fighting for that ball. Boy, she's aggressive. And she's been like that all game long. Speaking of aggressive, stolen ball, back in the middle. Black has an opportunity. She loses it, gets it again. Black's gonna take a shot, he's gonna get it. Got it. Got it and got it again. Caitlin Black, the Panthers, felt it was coming, and it fell. Goal number 3, Black. What a play. The resilience, really, by number 11, Nadia Rivera, and then getting it right in the middle to Desiree Gomez, the sophomore. Man, does she know what to do. Oh, she knows. Give it to number 3. If you're not going to take a shot, give it a 3. She'll know what to do with it. Second goal here from Caitlin Black this evening. Increases the lead to 3-1 in favor of your Lady Panthers. Back and forth they come. Rivera in the middle. Caitlin has an opportunity. It's going to be popped up in the air. Rivera gets it right back. Those two players really play so well together. I mean, the front line just is really has come alive here in the second half of this match. Substitutions now coming in. Weslaco will substitute. Number 6 coming in, Kyra Perez. Taking a seat was Calista Cepeda, number 14, young sophomore. Playing for the midfield. Back in. Rivera, once again, here she comes. She has an opportunity. She got to get there. No. Nice play there by the goalkeeper. Jocelyn Maldonado had to sprint. And controlled again here by Mireya Alonso. Mireya knows what to do with it. She's going to try to take a shot in the middle there. Caitlin back, it falls back. Caitlin's going to take it. Rivera misses it. Boy, she's got an opportunity. Now she's going to miss it. Boy, she had a chance. She tried an attempt at a header. Looks like Caitlin Black knew she was obviously behind her. Just couldn't get there. Weslaco now really trying to cement things. The front line of Desiree Gomez, Caitlin Black, and Nadia Rivera have been outstanding here this evening. So in the middle, Weslaco is just getting every single loose ball coming up now. They know what's at stake here. You know, we do have to say this now. Right before the game started. It's going to be set up, and that's going to go in as well. What a shot. Didn't look like much, but the goalkeeper was distracted. And what a play, number 10. Melanie Fuentes. She says, well, nobody's looking. I'll take a shot. And why not? What a play. It caught us off guard. It caught the goalkeeper off guard. I don't think she was expecting that. It kind of things were slowing down. That's what you never stop playing, folks. A reminder of that. Melanie Fuentes now really puts this out of reach now with 6:34 left to go. I mean, it's still things that can happen, but it's 4-1 now. And he said that it was just a matter of that door opening, and they could come in bunches, and now they have Cross right in the middle. Nice pass there by Melanie Fuentes. Right in the middle. Rivera once more. Rivera knows that her teammate Black has too. Maybe she wants to catch up to her this evening. Back and forth they go. Weslaco will take that. Come back the other way. Caitlin Black, but no, she's not offside. She's gonna go get that one. Back inside the defense, gonna get it. Gonna set it up right in the middle. Because they're Black. Back with Rivera. And that's going to go out of bounds. Once again, Dulce Martinez was there along with Desiree Martinez. And that play, player still down, looks like. Oh, she was just stretching. Okay. For the Jaguars. So really now, yeah, we said they were just had plenty of opportunities in the first half and just didn't fall. The door was closed. Now it has opened 4-1. A couple of substitutions there as we see number 8 and number 15 come on in. You see Cristina Borrego, senior, coming into the game. And Garitza Garza, young freshman, as well, has made an appearance for this Panther squad. Weslaco will push. Nothing there right around midfield. Gets it back, gonna try to reset. Nothing really going here offensively so far for Weslaco. I mean, for Edinburg Economedes. Haven't really taken a shot yet, and that's a surprising part. Maybe once. That ended pretty quickly, and you just can't put any goals if you just are not on the opposite side and create those things. Weslaco on the other side has plenty of opportunities and has taken advantage of it. Thought it was a foul there, but Weslaco, Rivera's going to continue playing there. Said a lot of activity now going back and forth between Weslaco and Edinburg Economedes. Mireya's going to settle things down. Going to pass it right in the middle. It's going to go outside there. Going to try to push a lot of speed there by Weslaco. And that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to stay Weslaco ball. Going to try to kick that in. Or is that going to be Edinburg? Yeah, it's going to be Economedes ball. Yeah, I was thinking Weslaco was the one that kicked it. So staying for Economedes. 4-1 is your score. 3:45 left here, unless there's any stoppage time added. But again, in most cases, it's not. Things are looking well for Weslaco High. Excellent game by Edinburg Economedes until this half, where they just couldn't keep up with all the shots and all the great play by these young Lady Panthers. Getting it back inside. And that's going to go out of bounds. Yeah, it's going to go out of bounds. Going to stay, looks like, with Weslaco. So right now, clock is running. Weslaco does have the lead, so keep in mind, if this stays true, Lady Panthers would advance to the area round as a fourth-place team, defeating a district champion from District 31 6A. Comes a hit. Nice kick there. Weslaco has had plenty of opportunities as well with some of those long kicks. Coach Gonzalez has dropped the sports coat. He's decided that he's had enough of this warm weather for that. Not wore it because it's a special occasion, he said. So maybe he'll wear it next week as well. 4-1. Back into play. Weslaco controls. Weslaco will pass it right in the middle. Has an opportunity again. Nothing happening there. Weslaco would advance, and it's been some time. We would have to go to the history books and see the last time that happened. Remember, they just, first time they made the playoffs in a long time. Work being there, and that's going to be out of bounds. Weslaco possession. So the winner will take on the winner of Del Rio or San Antonio O'Connor. Many of us feel that it will be San Antonio O'Connor. And might as well tell you this, San Antonio O'Connor was a team that has been top ranked in the city of San Antonio as one of the better teams in 6A. So that's the challenge that comes up next for what appears to be now against this Weslaco Panther team. We did say, I was talking about it, we were talking before the match started. I said, Coach, so what do you think? He says, we know, I wouldn't mind taking a trip or traveling. So that is a high possibility of happening depending on how things work out. Weslaco back and forth. Sets that up. In the middle there, Miriam misses that one. And there is Jacqueline Maldonado. She kicks that back towards the left side, and they're going to lose it out of bounds. That's going to be Reina Vasquez, who's been active here this evening for the Lady Jaguars. So time is running out here in the final period. This half of football is almost over. Congratulations on a fine season for this Edinburg Economedes Jaguar team, becoming and being district champions in District 31 6A. It's a tough district to win, and obviously even harder to become a district champion when you have so many talented schools and athletes in that area. De La Joya, Mission, Edinburg High, Edinburg North, all these teams that the Valley knows well. And keep that right in the middle. Has an opportunity to send it right up the middle again, loses it. They're going to push, they're going to try to see if they can get it with a goal, and now they're going to kick it away. Wait to the last minute. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is a final. A final to report to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium. As the Weslaco Lady Panthers are victorious. They are by-district champions, 2023 by-district champions. Congratulations to the Lady Panthers. And we will get to see them in the next area round of the playoffs. Of course, you'll have more information coming. On behalf of my good friend Mike Palacios, good friend on different days maybe, Vinny Berry. I am Fred Alfaro. We're happy you have joined us here this evening. Have a good evening. We'll see you again soon. Until then, go, fight, win.